What's going on, man? Welcome back to the basement. I'm Ron, and we are here for the BSMT Invitational for the third year running, I believe. Here's what's going to happen. We have a series of fantasy football drafts. Bang. That is the first one, randomized on screen. We get the 2 spot. I'm going to zoom out so you guys can see it, but these are going to be a series of full PPR leagues. You guys can see I am randomizing the orders as we speak. Randomize. We are then going to go to this draft room, randomize, and then bang. We are going to start them across the board. This is a full PPR, 2 wide receiver. Shit, did I? Fuck, I think I might have randomized that one twice. All right, I don't think it matters, but all right, we will now start this one. But here's the thing. It's 4 leagues, full PPR, 2 wide receiver, 2 flex spot. There are 4 different leagues where the top 6 make the playoffs across the board. We are in here. We get the 2 spot. Honestly, kind of a dream come true. We are going to take Jahmyr Gibbs off the top here. I'm going to get the chat loaded. We are honestly running a little bit behind here. But, like I said, there are 4 leagues. Everybody in here is on the Patreon. I selected everybody to join by random. It's $100. Half the pot goes to your individual league, where if you win your individual pot, you win X amount of money. Let's just make sure. I do want to make sure that like everybody's settings are good in terms of PPR, Snake, 60 seconds. Let me know in the chat if I screw anything up. Let me know in the chat if I screw anything up, please. Should be 60 seconds, 12 teams, Snake. Everything should be 16 rounds. 12 team, 16 rounds. Yup. 12 team, 16 rounds. So I believe Ray Gill, he won in 2022. Stephen Cahill, he won last year. No other winners are in here. Oh, damn, this is Ray Gill. Hold on. So that's 3, 4. 3, 4. We need to get 2. Oh, shit, no. 2 has to get going. My bad, fellas. All right. My bad on number 2. All right, you guys are randomized and good to go. Bang. Okay. Everybody is underway. Here we go. I have my rankings on one screen. This is just honestly for the love of the game. So again, this is a subscriber league. Let me know if you have any questions of how this works. Because it is a little bit of a interesting format. Again, I probably should have started this like 5 minutes early to give you guys the lay of the land here. But 4 different leagues. Top 6 make the playoffs. So that'll be 24 total teams in the playoffs, which then takes your average of weeks 1 through 14, plus your week 15, 16, and 17 scores, adding them all together to get your overall winner. So it's pretty cool. You can actually like finish like 4th place in your own league, but if you get hot in the final 3, like the final 2 weeks, or maybe you lost the wild card game by 1 point, you can still win the overall prize. So it's really cool. There's a lot of different ways to win money. On a $100 buy-in, you can win up to $1,400 if you're the overall winner and your own league's winner at the same time. How do you hop in? This is a Patreon league where to get in, my patrons filled out a Google form. I held like a lottery system. I got asked, am I in here? This is me, the 102 in the first league. Now, it's a little bit of a cheat for me to jump around and kind of see when players are getting drafted, but it also makes for better content to show you guys that. So let me know what I should do as it pertains to that. So we have 2 underway, 3 underway, 4 all underway. It seems like everything is good. Do want to make sure in the chat that everything is fine. All right, everything should be fine. That was a little bit hectic, but here we are. Let me know if you guys have any more questions about this format. No, you have to join essentially, and it's tough to join, man. Like people, essentially, here's what I did: is I put out a forum on Patreon. I only have the bandwidth to do four of these leagues. It's cool. This guy just got auto picked. I hope that that's fine. Like, please don't make me have to do anything crazy here. Let's get the chats in all of these. It's like just everybody look alive. It's just there's just a lot going on already in terms of I don't know. 4 leagues is where I max out of this, where I'm overseeing all of these. I'm the commissioner of all of these, but it's supposed to mimic a high stakes league. So it's $100. Here's the roster where it is 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, 2 flex spots, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bench spots. No trading, $1,000 of fab that you can only do fab on. You can only do waiver claims on Wednesday and Sunday. There is no, just going straight to the waiver wire and grabbing whoever you want. It is very fun. It's one of the more fun leagues that we do, but it's a bloodbath. All these guys are my patrons. They all have my rankings, and it's also a cool way to get more people than just only 11 of my patrons involved. But it is tough. There was a lot of demand. There was like over 200 people filled out the Google form this year, and only 47 can play, versus me. And again, because people have my rankings, wide receivers fly off the board like this. I do terrible in these every single year. But all right, I think things have calmed down a little bit. What's going on? All right, now I can hang out with the chat. What's going on, fellas? Also, if any of you guys are drafting while watching me now, like, say anything in the chat in terms of if there's any issues or, I don't know. Like, we can kind of bounce around here. Wow, a 110 Derrick Henry for Team Keem. Hell yeah. 60-second clocks. We got Always Drenched in here. Achane goes. Bucky Irving goes. There goes Derrick Henry. Football tomorrow, yes sir. Yes sir, we got Who Hames in here. I don't even know how to say that. Chase Brown goes. I heard you were accepting hush money for people for them to be in these leagues. No. Do a fake rankings update before we run these. Could be onto something. How did your home league go? It went okay. I'm not in love with my team. That's another setup where the entire league has my freaking rankings. I don't know. In a half PPR, I think I went too wide receiver heavy. Where if I had known how the rest of the draft turned out, I would have gone McCaffrey over Jefferson. But I'm also pretty convicted in Jefferson over McCaffrey, just as like a half PPR first round pick. I just think the floor of Jefferson is too good to pass. What's it going to be, Dean? All your rankings today for 12-man draft started Gibbs, Achane, Ladd? Hell yeah, dude. Jefferson's going to score those long touchdowns. Yeah, I just also think he's just such a high floor guy. I'm not going to get cooked. I showed my team on Twitter, and it was fine. I'm not going to get cooked for showing that team. I'll show every team. All right, we're going to go Ladd here. It's my brother in the chat, by the way. My brother is in one of these leagues. He gets an auto bid. He's the only friends and family that gets an auto bid, but he is in League 2, I believe. This is what he's cooking. He's going double wide receivers up top. CMC for Lamb. I think that one's much more, like, I lean much more towards Lamb. I think Jefferson is the closer one, just because Lamb has such a good situation. My brother is 19. Yeah, this is a very running back hungry room here. There goes Lamar, good pick. I don't really know what I want to do on this turn, if I'm being honest with everybody. Wow, 301 Trevion Henderson. Put your nuts on the table then, brother. You know what? I'm going to go... I think especially with the sleeper default rankings, we know elite quarterback or tight end aren't coming back. I'm going to take one or the other. You could talk me into the McBride thing, but I'm just going to go Josh Allen. I think so. Oh, this is tough. Hampton, not a bad shout either, but... yeah, we'll just go Josh Allen. I don't know. I personally like T. Higgins, but I think Allen makes sense there. I like having one elite quarterback or elite tight end. I know that the rest aren't coming back to me, so I'm fine with a balanced start. We go running back, wide receiver, quarterback. Yeah, I'm fine completely punting off RB2. How do you feel about someone getting Neighbors round 2 and getting London? I would say that that's amazing. You take Josh Allen at 112 and a keeper? Probably not. I thought 2 months ago Trevion and Judkins were back to back. Yeah, dude. As somebody that was taking Judkins over Henderson in some dynasty drafts, not a great run out. There goes Kyron. I do love that though. Like, everybody's not just like drafting off of my rankings. They are just, you know, and it's honestly the way that my rankings are intended to be used. Is that I have my rankings, but the hope is that you put your own personal twist on it in terms of just like, you know, you don't have to draft. And it's honestly kind of talks to the McCaffrey versus Jefferson thing I just talked about of like, I don't know, if I have a player ranked 6th and another ranked 7th, they're so close that you can go either way without any issues. You're saying Lobby 3 is all over the rankings? Yeah. McBride's been going a little bit later in these two, it seems like. Here's all the boards. If anybody out there is watching the stream as they draft, because I don't want to have this info while nobody else has it, but quarterbacks are going. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, McBride at 305 is really nice. I have Alan Lamar ahead of McBride, but then I'll take McBride over Hurts Daniels. Said Hampton's getting way overdrafted. What are we saying about this Najee Harris is going to start thing? I mean, when you draft a rookie running back, the idea is that he has, long-term potential down the stretch of a season. But, wow, 306 Tetero McMillan. Lay your nuts then. What am I trying to say? But the idea and why Hampton was going so early is that he had a long runway ahead of Najee. And to be honest, I'm not really budging on Hampton either. I know the Najee report, I don't know. Maybe he plays in the first drive, but we'll also see. Like I think reports are also just reports. I don't know that Harbaugh is just going to give out free information. So Tyreek Hill, Jalen Hurts, T. Higgins and JSN off the board. Walker and James Cook at that turn. That's a beautiful from the 12 spot start. Amon-Ra, Neighbors, Walker, Cook. That's amazing. Yeah, Najee will get touches. I feel like in the same way that like Tyler Algier gets touches with Bijan. Like every running back, like no running back is a true bell cow. There's other running backs in every backfield that are going to get 100+ touches. Like, I don't know. Who you like better, Ken Walker or Henderson? I have them back to back, but I prefer Ken Walker ever so slightly though. Yeah, 310 Higgins is really nice. He went in the second round in one of these. There goes Kamara. Hey, we got Pell in here. What's going on? Pell was in my home league draft yesterday. I'm Ken Walker over Kamara. What do you think about Warren being endorsed by Tomlin as the RB1? I don't know. I'm still not really that big on Jaylen Warren, regardless, really. Like literally the entire time that he's been with the Steelers, he's never really been all that startable. They've done nothing but want to give volume elsewhere. I don't know. I'm not crazy about Warren. It's a pretty rough offense, too. You think Hunter K is in your future next year? Potentially. When's the top 33 defensive rankings? Come on. This guy gets timed up. Come on. Oh, okay. Maybe that was just me. I don't know what happened there. All right, so Kittle goes, Worthy goes, Pickens goes, Garrett Wilson goes, Marvin Harrison goes, Terry McLaurin goes. All right, fuck it. Give me wow. You guys ready for this? Give me 411 a Mech Egg Buka in this league. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like that. I'm like that. I don't know, man. I got a Mech Egg Buka ranked as my 49th ranked player. Over DJ, as in DJ Moore? Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta live a little, fellas. I don't know, the way that fell, like I knew that receiver was going to be the route I took here. There goes Connor. I don't really know what I want to do after this pick, to be honest. Waddle. Good Waddle pick. Man, is this where I take 5-0? Is this where I take round 5 Breece Hall? I don't know. 2 receivers through 5 rounds in a room like this. I'm going to get eaten alive. No. It has to be receiver. I have so much Travis Hunter. You know what, man? In this league, I'm going against myself in this league because I think he's a fine value. We're actually going to go Cortland Sutton. I have all those receivers in the same range. I already have a billion Travis Hunter, Zay Flowers. I would have been open to Jameson Williams if we didn't already have Gibbs. That'll be I think my only Sutton share this year. I mean everybody loves Sutton more than I do, so. And Igbuka's such a high upside swing, might as well go for Sutton. That's where my head's at. I wanted to see... I'll get to the super chat in a second, by the way. That was just at the turn. How much... Yeah, I have so much Flowers. Too much Hunter at this point. Waddle would have been my pick if he came back. And then you could talk me into Rice, but I'm not going to have enough of a stable to go Rice. Oh, Shane. Shane, if you've got it figured all out, go start a channel. Win the big bucks. Go crazy. I already have a Meka Egbuka as a top 24 receiver this week. No, Rice isn't coming back, man. The receivers that come back are gonna get real ugly here. All right, so Travis Hunter's gone. Devontae Smith is gone. Wow, Mahomes ahead of Burrow, huh? And both. Oh, the T. Higgins team is coming up. He's probably sweating for Burrow right now. Here's the other leagues. Wow, 503 Tetero McMillan in this one? Good Lord. All right, we got a couple super chats. I don't love these questions. This is a good lineup. Mahomes, Jacobs, Irving, Chase, McConkey, Moore, Worthy, Kittle, and it's like the greatest lineup ever. Yeah, that's an amazing lineup. Would you trade Burrow, Jameson, Jalen Warren for Kyler and Henderson? I lean no, but I'd probably want more context. Start 2.5 PPR, ETN, Hunter, Aaron Jones, or RJ Harvey. I think that's Aaron Jones for sure. Probably Aaron Jones and Harvey, but that's Aaron Jones for me is the easy one, and then everything else is much closer. Wow, this guy got Burrow to fall in his lap. Brees still hanging around too. All right, so Harvey went, Rashi went, Zay Flowers went, Mahomes went. There goes Burrow. That was the correct pick. 5'11 Brees is actually a great value. Who else am I missing? Buka, Waddle. I think I'm all caught up. I think so. Yeah, I'd say that's a sound move to take Rice before a second running back. I'm not a big believer in filling out the lineup first. No, come on, man. No, not a big Metcalf fan, no. You can talk me into selling number one target on his team. Second-year quarterback could improve. Banks has a really killer 0 RB setup right now. I think I would have been Kittle over Devontae, but getting Brees at 5'11 is a gift for a 0 RB team at least. I'll definitely talk through them. I'll definitely talk through the teams once it's all done. There goes Metcalf. On the Patreon, I'll have week 1 rankings out. Tomorrow by 4 p.m. is the goal. Brees and Pollard is really nice for a 0 RB team, I'll say that. Give me Egbuka over Henderson. Odunze over Coleman by a lot. Sutton over Golden. Brothers and he's in League 2. This is his team. He got Egbuka 5'8". Hey, my underdog bags are packed for Brees, so Jameson Williams and Ridley off the board. Yes, Egbuka's ceiling is higher than Cortland Sutton and Zay Flowers. The situation's not different from Odunze. We know Baker can support 2 top flight receivers. It's a much better offense than what Odunze went into last year. We also have a year sample of Odunze not being good at football. Egbuka is a mystery box with upside. I think Egbuka is also a much stronger prospect than someone that got taken in the 20s, just personally. I don't know. I just think the more normal crowd that plays fantasy football is just so adverse to players rising. And when players rise late in the offseason like this, it's usually for good reason. Pacheco goes, good pick. Odunze goes, of course. I hate drafting against you guys. And then Olave goes. Nice. Nice. I think this is going to be a DeAndre Swift 6'11 pick for me, man. Man. No, I think I have to stay the course. I'm taking Judy, and you can decide for me, brother. I already have Gibbs, brother. You don't know about Odunze over Coleman? Here's the thing. It would just be shocking if Coleman's actually a good player. Let's see. Godey's hurting at wide receiver. This is not easy. This is a really tough room. Mark Andrews, solid pick. If everyone uses Ron's rankings, Boober picks become great value. You'd be surprised. I mean, what? Kamara went 402 here. There goes Addison. Oh, damn, my bad. I didn't realize that this wasn't framed right. Now, I got to be honest. I can't turn down 7th round DeAndre Swift. I think I'm going to regret this. I think my wide receivers are going to be hurting for this. Oh, fuck me, man. Yeah, I think I just have to pass on. I think it just has to be Swift. I can't pass on 7th round Swift. I think is really tough to pass on. But God, in a full PPR, I don't like our wide receiver room whatsoever. Hate that that's what had to happen there. Knowing that this was going to be a wide receiver hungry room, I should have gone CeeDee Lamb at 102, but also, you guys have seen, I already have. It does suck that we're at the point of the offseason where I'm now just not hedging bets, but just like trying to get exposure to the players that I like. And I don't have nearly enough Jahmyr Gibbs, and I pretty much told myself from here on out, when I get to a spot where I can take Jahmyr Gibbs, you know, whether that's 102 on, that he just has to be the pick. So essentially, anytime I'm on the clock and Gibbs is available, I need to be taking him. Is kind of what I've told myself, because I've been pumping him up all offseason as my RB1 overall, as the legendary upside type play, and I have him right now on only. This is only my second team I'll have him on out of 19 so far. So 2 of 19. That's still not enough. I need more. So how many teams? 12-team league. 12-team, but there's 4 different 12-teamers. We can jump around a little here too. So Debo goes. Cup goes, Montgomery. That's a great price on Montgomery. And it's why in these rooms there's 2 trains of thought. Last year, running backs were so dominant that if you just went robust RB, you win, even in this format. But there's also a thought that, you know, if you can get 5'11 Bree, 6th round Tony Pollard, 7th round David Montgomery, to lean into the receivers in this format and go really heavy 0 RB. Trying to see if anybody out there went super extreme 0 RB. Stephen Cahill, last year's winner, leaning all the way into it. Interesting. Anyone else? That's really all I can see in terms of like pure. There's some more 0 RB-ish style builds, but there goes Diggs. I do the RS Dynasty channel. People get mad at me. I don't post on there often enough, though, so probably won't be posting on there until the season starts. Well, I mean, the season starts tomorrow, but you know what I'm saying. No, I think that's overthinking it. I'm not trying to get even. Like I have Travis Hunter on 38.9% of my teams. I just don't need to have anybody. I don't need to have anything on the extremes. Is all I'm saying. Like I have in terms of Gibbs, I want more. In terms of guys like CeeDee Lamb, I don't really need much more. Like that's why I passed on Travis Hunter here. I don't need more. I already have Travis Hunter on. What do I have him on? I have him on 7 of 19 teams so far. Like, if Travis Hunter smashes, I'm gonna feel it. Like, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, it's not about keeping things flat. It's just about keeping things not so extreme. Like, I don't need to have the same player on half of my teams. I don't want to keep building the same team as well. That's kind of what the concern is. Like, I already have Flowers in the BDGE league. I didn't really want him. Was kind of the other idea. Reed in a second for Golden, yes. Yeah, robust art, but like you could have gone I don't know, Derrick Henry, Saquon, Kamara, Mixon if you wanted to. So there goes Tyler Warren and Juwan Jennings. Kelsey off the board. Here's the other drafts if you guys care. My brother going pretty, I guess you'd call it like a Hero Walker build where he's got receivers through the flex +1, Rice off the bench, elite tight end. It's interesting. There's the teams. Cahill won last year, got a 7-10. Warren. Ray Gill has won before, going with a hero RB style build. Jacob, too many. Too many. You think Tet has Brian Thomas type upside? I do believe so. I would do Adams and Olave for AJ Brown. Thanks for a great August. Good luck this year. Good luck to you too, man. Good luck to all of you guys as well, man. I'm excited. I'm kind of at the point now where I just want the season to start. Let's just play the games. Let's cut out all the nonsense. Have I ever done weekly fantasy tournaments? As in DFS? I've done the weekly Battle Royale stuff over on Underdog. Like Book over Trevion. I answered that earlier. What else we got in here, fellas? Should I show you guys around? Here's some other teams. Let me know if anything sticks out in these other rooms. I don't want to do it too long because I don't want to miss our own stuff, but... You think the nonsense ends when the season begins? Hopefully. I just, at least, I'm fine with nonsense. Just give me results. Give me, like, you know what I mean? Let me see something. Emeka over Pollard? In every way, yeah. What happens when Godwin comes back is he's going to be working back from injury until late season. This is a team that has playoff hopes. I don't think that you're understanding how bad Godwin's injury is. He's not just going to come back in week 6 or whatever. As of right now, like, they don't know if he can come back week 5, week 6. He had a setback. He had like 2 different surgeries on his ankle. He's going to come back, be a part-time player, ramp up. And I think by that time, like, what happens if Egbuka is just amazing? What if he is rookie Justin Jefferson? What if he is rookie Brian Thomas? 15, 16 plus points per game. There is no, like, putting the genie back in the bottle if he's that good. And like I said, I think Godwin isn't going to be healthy for a very long time. Like, I don't know at what point he's running a full diet of routes and being efficient on those routes. Shakir goes. Damn, I was hoping to get him. There goes Jalen Warren. Good pick. There goes Jordan Mason. Let's see. Luther Burden. God damn it. Luther Burden at the 8-10 is crazy work. Huh. All right, we're going to go Keon Coleman. just for some kind of Josh Allen stack. Then from there we can decide what we want to do, but I do love that we lay out like why Godwin probably isn't really a factor this season, and it's like just not my guy. It's all good, man. Certainly is what it is at times, no doubt. Let's see. Man. This is such a tough round. Holy shit, man. Wide receivers wiped in the 9th round. I want none of these guys. He goes Shaheed. 901 Shaheed, but he had to. I completely get it. I completely understand. You know what, man? Give me Tucker Kraft, I think. Give me Tucker Kraft. Man, there's some really good running backs on the board that I like, but with the Swift pick, I think it just sets us up so that I feel fine about RB2. People are taking that guy in like the 5th round in some leagues. Yeah, we'll go Kraft. I gave Caleb Johnson, Dobbins, and I gave Caleb Johnson and Dobbins a long, hard look, but with Swift, it didn't really feel like I needed to make that happen. And then also the wide receivers left. I'm all set. Yeah, I think they're all in the same tier. I don't really like Ingram. I do have the over in Njoku, LMAO. I don't know. I already have Judy and Sutton. I don't really need 2 pass catchers on either of those passing offenses that I'm not crazy about. What's going on in here? Loving your stuff. Just saw your thoughts on Igbuka or Judy this week. I think I lean Igbuka, man. I think Igbuka is like a borderline must start in this game. I started my outline for we're gonna do a wide receiver rankings video either Thursday or Friday, and it's just a really good matchup. Eckler goes, Scatabo goes. But yeah, this is just very balanced. We have wide receivers through the flex. We got Coleman off the bench. We got RB1, RB2. We got a quarterback. We got tight end. This is about as like balanced and normal as you'll see a draft of mine. Igbuka or Garrett Wilson like this week? I think this week I'm starting Igbuka over Garrett Wilson. Over Igbuka week 1. It's really close. I'll lean Tet. I will be honest, I haven't sat down and done my wide receiver ranking, so as always, disclaimer, everything that I'm talking about is out of my ass. Dobbins goes, Scatabo goes, Ingram and Kraft go. Obviously, I took Kraft. ETN off the board. Kraft is another one of those guys that I just need more of. I got to be honest, fellas, if I get killed by Evan Ingram on the Broncos this year, so be it. I'm not drafting him at all. I don't know. Sean Payton does weird things in terms of usage, especially with tight ends. It wouldn't shock me if you had like Adam Troutman run way more routes than you want. There goes Christian Kirk. I was like, dude, Christian Kirk might not play this week. Am I crazy for flexing Ford over Pickens week 1 PPR? Yeah, I would go Pickens there. Jimmy Ingram. I know Ingram's passed. I just think it's a little different. I just don't think him getting 120 targets in bad offenses like the Giants and the Jaguars is like going to work with Sean Payton, who wants to run an efficient offense. Like, I think he'll be okay, but I don't know. I like Kraft. I have him like in the same tier. I'm also not crazy. Like I'm not crazy about like I don't veer away from two players on the same team, but if they're not like an elite offense, I'd prefer not doing it. So for me, that was I didn't really feel like having Ingram and Sutton on the same team. I don't think there's a lot of scenarios where both of them crush together. I don't know. Maybe Bo Nix wins a damn MVP if that happens, but you got a Gibbs Puka start? Good lord. What's up, EG3? Me too. NFL football, man. Right around the corner. What could be better? Look at us, man. So we got 16 rounds. There goes Tootin. Should I jump around here, fellas? I always feel weird because like it's me gaining information, seeing when players are going. But here we are. That's 2. Here is 3. Here is 4. It seems me and C. Pruitt have the same start of Gibbs, McConkey, Allen. I should have taken Judkins round 5. Man, that's tough. Are people being mean to that guy in his comments? I can't imagine he's having a very fun time, but maybe, I don't know, maybe it's kind of faded away a little bit. Maybe people don't care as much these days. So Baker went, Bo Nix went, Judkins, Christian Kirk. Njoku. All right, we're all caught up. These are managed, yeah. They dog on Nathan under every video. It is tough, man. Of like, it is hilarious if Judkins like, if he signs and he balls out the minute he touches the field. The victory laps for that guy are going to be amazing, but it is pretty hilarious. When they filmed that video, it's not like he had positive news, so I really don't know. I do not know the explanation. Has he defended it at all? Has he been like, this is what I was thinking? Ferguson over Kraft, get out of here. Red zone with that is sad, sad day, dude. Favorite in-season videos to make? I really enjoy the top 10 takeaways where I go through the rookie receiver report as well. Outside of that, I don't know. In-season content's always been tricky for me, where it's just like it's very repetitive, it's very confined. The turnaround time is so quick. Talking about the same players over and over again. I try to do ones where I don't have to talk. Like, I'll do a wide receiver rankings video Thursday or Friday this week, but they just don't really do well for me. So if this wide receiver rankings video doesn't do well, I probably will switch over in season of doing like probably like 10 takeaways with the rookie receiver report, waiver wire, some form of trade targets, maybe even like 2 different trade target videos of like one sell, one buy. And then I do like, especially when bye weeks start to hit, doing like a sleeper video in terms of like under the radar guys to like flex, or maybe you have like bye weeks and injuries and you're just like, you know, like almost like damn near DFS plays that are kind of fun to think through. Keenan Allen goes, good pick. Manage just means I'm setting a lineup and doing waivers, whereas best ball means none of that. I haven't done anything with Domain, but I met them at the BDG office when we did the creator trivia tournament, and they're cool guys. No trades because that's just what like it's supposed to mimic a high stakes fantasy football setup. There goes Kyler. What's it gonna be, pal? People use red zone, yeah. Oh, you're killing me with that Darnell Mooney pick. Oh, that's who I wanted. All right. Well, I guess we're just taking the gamble on Jayden Reed then. I was going to take Mooney. I hate that I was even worked up about Darnell Mooney there. Oh, that sucks. All right, we'll go Jayden Reed. Dylan Sampson, good pick. Yeah, I'm fine with Tucker Reed. Packers should score a lot of points. There's Braylon Allen. Love just seeing, just go right down my rankings. God damn it. I keep drafting him. All right, I suppose. I suppose if Tank Bigsby is still out there, fuck it, give me Tank Bigsby. I keep taking Tank. A wise man named Josh Norris has said, just give me the cheapest Jaguars running back all offseason. That's fine by me. I don't even like Reed, but in this wide receiver hungry format, like Reed at the 10-11 is more than fine by me. And if he doesn't start until my bye weeks hit, that's also fine by me. I wanted Mooney, though. I actually think Mooney at the 10-10 is more than fine. Wow, Jaden Reed went 807 in this one. Okay. That's interesting. There goes Ayuk. In terms of my own rankings, in terms of why Lamar over Allen, I just think it's very interesting. I just think it's really close. I don't know why I said interesting. I just think it's really close. Like they both project for like the same amount of points every week. They're both really good players. I flip a coin on the other side. Like every time I'm making a pick for the QB1 and Lamar and Allen are both on the board, I just go with the one I didn't do last time. I took ETN and Tootin on my Uridia League Mates team. I think taking two shots at the same backfield late in a draft is more than fine. Would I consider doing Patreon only start sit streams again this year? Probably not. I just don't really enjoy them. People also I'll have X amount less than probably 5% of my patrons will actually show up to the start sit stream, so it's just not really worth it for me. But I think we are going to do start sit streams on Sunday mornings where I'll just pop in for maybe 45 minutes to an hour. We'll see how hectic it gets because you guys know I don't like when people start to get really demanding. They start spamming in the chat. They start, they pay 99 cents in a super chat and they think they own you. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll do it. We'll probably do it this Sunday. And like I said, we'll see how it goes, but I don't know. I'm always very wishy-washy on what I'm going to do in terms of in-season content. You guys know that. So Purdy goes, Trey Benson goes, Godwin goes, Najee goes. Okay. Najee off the board, Ayuk off the board. There we go. I would not. I have Ricky and Rome back to back, so I'm not adding anything to Ricky for Rome. There goes Mims. Winnie's being a bot in the back, like always. That was Peter on about. I send you 9.99 super chats. No, you can't put any minimums or anything, and then also I don't know. It's just I feel like an asshole as well. There's no on the YouTube backend, which annoys me. There's no setting like a minimum amount. Which then also means somebody could, super chat like $4.99, and then I got to hear the backlash, and I don't know. It's just the whole thing. We'll see. Very good point, Aaron. Dude, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how much of my job is customer service because some people just can't read or follow directions. You'll just tell me who you're starting and sitting. I like that. Let's check in on the other drafts. Damn, I feel like I took Tucker Kraft early. This guy got Tucker Kraft in the 11th. I took Tucker Kraft in the 9th. Damn, maybe Kraft was going to come back to me, huh? I don't think so. Kraft went 904 here. 10-10 here. So I guess it was like 50-50. That's probably as late as you'll see Javonte go in a league. 11-12 Javonte. That's honestly great value. Joby's crushing this. I don't love the Bo Nix pick without a stack, but outside of that, Amon-Ra, Neighbors, Walker, Cook, DJ Moore, Metcalf, Downs. That's a very solid 5 stack of receivers. Get your tight end. But it's tough to hate on the Knicks one that bad because there really wasn't anything available. Take on the Jets and Washington RB rooms. I don't know. I think Brees is like fine in the 5th round. There's a chance we're overthinking it, but also there's a chance that it's a 3-way split on a bad team that doesn't score touchdowns. When they do score touchdowns, they either bring in Braylon Allen or Justin Fields just runs it in. They lost probably their best offensive lineman today, Elijah Vera Tucker, for the season, which really, really sucks. What else can I get into? So I don't know. I think Braylon Allen's no more than a handcuff. Like him going like this is where he should go, but they're like in high stakes leagues, he's going like the 9th round, which is to me pretty ridiculous for Braylon Allen. I don't think he has standalone upside until Brees goes down. Even if Brees does go down, Isaiah Davis will be the pass catching back, so it's still just like the between the tackles grinder on a bad team with a vulturing rushing quarterback. There goes Chubb, Josh Palmer. And then Washington, I think Eckler will have a high floor and probably be leaned on early, but I'm still very much Team Bill. I think Bill takes over the backfield and is a league winner, is kind of my thoughts. Damn, Dalton Kincaid goes. Come on. I was hoping to stack him to Josh Allen, but that's fine. Damn, Sleeper's pushing up quarterbacks and tight ends here. Yeah, this is where Sleeper's got, like, these rankings are awful. You got to just decide on your own at this point. Decide on your own what you're working with. Those Sleeper ranks are not going to cut it. So Rachaad White is off the board. Jerome Ford off the board. Mixon off the board. It's actually a great Mixon pick. All right, I'm caught up, I believe. No, that's 100% right, Brian. Like, I love Braylon Allen. I think he's a fun player, but Isaiah Davis would immediately assume all third down and 2-minute drill work. So he'd just be like between the tackles, and like you say, like Charbonnet would be the 3-down workhorse bell cow, if the starter went down. Like, you can honestly even make the case that Ramondre is a better pick than Braylon Allen. As crazy as it is to say, because if you're thinking through them as handcuffs, if Trayvon Henderson goes down, Ramondre is the 3-down bell cow. If Breece goes down, Braylon Allen's not that. It's a similar, like, Braylon Allen has a similar dilemma to, like, Ray Davis, who has Ty Johnson, but at least, like, you can talk me into Ray Davis over Braylon Allen for the simple fact that the Bills' offense is going to be so good, even if Ty Johnson takes passing downs away, it's not that big of a deal. But for Braylon Allen, it's a pretty big deal. I don't really know why his age and RAS would matter when we're talking about, like, contingent upside when the starter goes down. Like, those go out the window. And, like, what you just cited there is, like, I don't know, like, A.J. Dillon fits that bill. We were talking the other day, Kalen Ballage fits that bill. Like, being big and fast isn't, unless you're Derrick Henry, doesn't really guarantee you anything in the NFL. All right, we're going to go Keaton Mitchell here. Look up, if you want, like, crazy RAS, look up Spencer Ware. I think Charcandrick West is another one. That's, like I said, Kalen Ballage. Who else were dudes that were just, like, RAS out of their mind and then sucked at running back? Like, athleticism doesn't matter as much as you think it does for running back, man. Like, guys like Bucky, like, we go up to the top here. Bucky's not a freak athlete. Jacob's not a freak athlete. Kyron sucks as an athlete. I don't think Kamara tested that well. James Conner didn't test well. We talked about this the other day. I don't think Aaron Jones tested that well. I don't think Kareem Hunt tested that well. Yeah, Allen, I don't know. I don't think that he even, like, ran a 40. It was like a pro day thing. What do you mean? Like, what has Braylon Allen shown? He hasn't shown anything. I just think it's crazy to be so, like, I don't know, I guess at least in, like, a redraft context, I don't see what Braylon Allen, like, again, you have to think through it of, like, what happens when the starter goes down. He is not Charbonnet. He is not vintage Alexander Madison. He is not the one-for-one replacement. And to me, that's a big deal. We are going to take Woody Marks here. Give me that. Sony Michel didn't test well? I think you're right. You know who tested his ass off? Fucking Darius Geis, man. Darius Geis was one of them ones for a second there. Is everything going smoothly in all these other, what the hell is R. Davis? What is Stephen Cahill doing with R. Davis? It's a 13th pick. It's a 13th round pick, man. I can't be bothered to redo that, especially defending champ. Come on, it's got to be better. Everybody lock in, please. Who I got tomorrow? I mean, the Eagles for sure. Elite ball knowledge, dude. I can go back in the Rolodex, man, of just forgotten randoms, dude. Goes Kyle Williams, Demario Douglas off the board. I don't mind Ray Davis. I think he's gone in our league. Yeah, he went at 11-10. If he came back to me, you could make the case I should have taken over Tank just for a little bit of upside with Josh Allen attached, but I'm all right. You said one of your TOs drafted him in like the 5th round the year he got cut. All right, so there goes Cedric Tillman. Good pick. Cedric Tillman goes. Kyle Williams goes. Hollywood goes. Goddard goes. I love it. People are quick with the trigger right now. Spears went. I, of course, took Weedy Marks. Also, let me know if any of you guys out there on the Patreon have used the rankings recently. Let me know how you feel about the... I added this feature the other day, and I didn't really say anything about it. But now when you check off a player, it, like, grays out the row, which I think is, you know... It's nothing... It's not, like, the most... you know, I understand my rankings aren't the most high-tech things in the world, but I think it's a pretty sweet feature. EG3, Kalo K. Come on, man. That's all I got in my Spanish bag, though. It's a huge difference? Hell yeah, hell yeah. Wish I had known about the Grang. I have been deleting each row as they're drafted. No, come on. All right, so people like that? All right, sweet, sweet, sweet. Yeah, one of my best buddies is a Colombian dude. My buddy Mauricio. He's in both draft videos, but like 2 years ago we went to like a Latin night in his hometown where it was just a bar. Like I was like the only white dude at this like this bar. It was hilarious, but it's a good time, man. Like when the World Cup comes around and all that, like it's very weird. I live in a place in Jersey where the town over is very concentrated Hispanic, like very. Like I would walk into a store over there and be the odd man out. That's where honestly it's close to an area where I get my haircuts at, where I walk in, I'm like the only white dude in there. But they'll have like these huge gatherings for like when Colombia plays in the World Cup and all of that, and it's sick. You think Jennings goes higher than Pearsall? I don't think so, man. Damn, I was hoping Tesla came back. That would have been a fun pick. All right, so we got 3 picks left here. 3 rounds left. I think, what, Gianna Skull, are you in here? You asked me about my home league team. My home league team's okay. My brother's saying I'm going to get roasted if I show it. I think it's a fine team, but it's not amazing. Really, the main issue isn't a half PPR. My 2 starting running backs are Trevion Henderson and Tyrone Tracy. So it's like a hero RB build with Trevion Henderson at RB1, which like is, if Henderson works out, I'll be fine. But I do think structure-wise, I would have been happier with the team if I took McCaffrey over Jefferson. But Instead, we started Jefferson London in a half PPR, which doesn't feel amazing, but if Jefferson's a top 3 receiver and London's like a top 8 receiver, then I'm just going to have studs in my wide receiver spots. And I can make trades too. Like if I ever come to a spot where maybe London is like a top 5 receiver and Jefferson's bowling out, I can always just trade Jefferson for one of the like legendary running backs at some point. So I think I'll be all right. Egbuka for me. I have Egbuka as a top 24 option this week. My best fantasy pick ever. What a question. I don't know. All right, I got to lock back in here. Bateman's actually a great pick there. Trey Harris is off the board. See, who's the best player available at this point? Here's everybody else's, where everyone else is at this point. Wow, League 4 is like pretty much done. You mean James Conner, the Bell holdout here? Yeah, James Conner. Yeah. Rookie Kareem Hunt. Yeah, rookie Kareem Hunt was a dog. So there goes Garendo. I'm slacking on filling out the sheet right now. Garendo goes. Io Manor goes. Cooper goes. Wandale Ben gone. We think we go backup tight end here before it's all said and done? I feel like probably. Like a Kraft isn't that good, but also don't mind just taking running back lottery tickets here. Chris Rod, not a bad pick at all there. What if Kraft runs under 60% of the routes? Yeah, that would be doomsday scenario, no doubt. There goes League. He goes Ertz, good. I was going to debate taking Ertz if he didn't. You know what I'm going to do here? I think this is actually a really smart pick by me. I'm going Jalen Noel, dude. With this Christian Kirk injury, if Christian Kirk doesn't play, Noel might run routes and show something. So that's where I'm at. If we're all going to throw, dart throws on the Trey Harrises of the world and the Io Manors, I think Noel, I put in a lot of bids for him in my high stakes leagues today. If Christian Kirk has a sore hamstring in week 1, of course, it's upgrade for Jaden Higgins, it's upgrade for several others, but I think Jalen Noel might run some routes and show something. That's honestly not a bad take. It's why I don't think I have Braylon Allen on a single team. I don't think I have a Jets running back on any of my teams right now. Question now is, do I think I need a backup tight end? With 9th round Kraft, I probably do. Do we like any of these guys? There goes Corum, good pick. Yeah, Strange is my next best ranked tight end. I'm not crazy about it, but I'll go Strange. Right, Hunter Henry just went. Yeah, I would have loved Hunter Henry there. We will go Strange. Yep, I was just making sure he didn't have the same bye week as Kraft. I would have been mad. Was Igbokwe really your best player there at 411? I have Igbokwe ranked as my, I think, 48th best player. I have him as a 4-5 turn pick, yeah. I have him as my 49th ranked player. The guy ranked ahead of him at that spot at the 411 was RJ Harvey and Breece Hall. But after going Gibbs and Josh Allen up top, I didn't really want to go running back. So it was Hunter versus Emeka Egbuka. I already have a shit ton of Travis Hunter. So I just decided I'll break the tie to Egbuka. I think Egbuka and Hunter offer the same exact bet of just fun offenses, second receiver, really strong prospects, both graded out as elite wide receiver prospects in my model. So I've been breaking the tie to Egbuka just because I have so much Hunter Henry. Like if I could, or not Hunter Henry, Travis Hunter, if I could have a shit ton of Travis Hunter and a shit ton of Emeka Egbuka, that would be a massive W for me. And that's what we're trending towards right now. So yeah, I don't mind Okonkwo either. I just like the Jacksonville offense better. If neither Reed or Jennings play, would you start Jaden Higgins or Burden? Good lord. EG3, this is that standard league you've been telling me about. I think Jennings plays, right? I think Jennings plays, but if he doesn't, give me Jaden Higgins over Burden. All right, we can jump around a little bit. So League 4 is done. League 3 is almost done. League 2 is done. Yeah, I think Jennings plays. We got a lot of Juwan Jennings this year. Here's my home league, by the way. Again, like I said, I'm not crazy about it. Half PPR. Drake May, Travion Henderson, Tyrone Tracy, Justin Jefferson, Drake London, Tyler Warren. JSN in the flex pretty sweet. We started, I think we went Jefferson, London, Henderson round 3, JSN, Travis Hunter, Devontae Smith, 7th round Tyrone Tracy, 8th round Tyler Warren, 9th round Sharb. Then we got Tank Bigsby, Judkins, Drake May. It's like a solid team. It's nothing crazy. But I think that if we can get like a waiver wire running back or get this to break right, it'll be okay. Early season, not like thrilled about it, but I think Jefferson, London, JSN, Devontae with Hunter off the bench is nice. I just would like a better RB1 in half PPR is kind of my biggest holdup, but we shall see. All right, we're going to be on the clock here. Or no, we're not. We got time. We got plenty of time. Judkins and Fields, yes, sir. We'll see what Judkins can do. I think the 11th round. Do you drop in Njoku or Kraft for Loveland? I have them all in the same tier, if I'm being honest with you, man. I got, if I had to drop one of them, I'd probably go Kraft and Loveland. Like, I probably drop in Njoku, but I think it's really close. 0.5 RB build, yeah, essentially. We go wherever Trevion Henderson goes with that team, but I'm fine with that. You said Njoku will be so big while Flacco plays. That's true, but I'm also concerned about Njoku. I'm concerned about Fannin, like, literally, like, genuinely eating into his routes. I don't hate that idea of keeping Njoku and then trading him after a big week 1. It might be threading the needle, though. Brandon, please let me know what your lineup is like. Like, how many running backs and wide receivers and flex spots? How many teams in this league? Two wide receiver, one flex, 14-teamer. And your team is Lamar, Pacheco, Brees, Chase, Lamb. What the fuck? Brandon, how is this a 14-team league? So you have Igbuka in the flex, Downs off the bench, Loveland in tight end spot, and you're debating trading your Pacheco and Igbuka for Hampton. No, I'm chilling on that. I'm chilling on that. But all right, while we're waiting for this pick to come back to us, because it's literally just my 16th round pick, I'll just take some random running back. Here are the draft boards. I'm curious what sticks out to you guys in terms of who has the best teams. People do want to hear what I have to say about these teams. Does anything stick out? This is sweet. I don't love Jacoby Myers, but these rooms just get you into pretty nasty receivers here. But I have been loving this. This is what I did in the Yurdi at League Mates, like 2 wide receivers up top. I didn't go 2 wide receivers just because Superflex made it weirder, but going like Walker Henderson, Cook Henderson, anything like that here is really nice. Defending champ Ray Gill, very strong hero RB build. I think done very well. Yeah, that's a solid team from Ray. This is my brother's team. He goes Nico, London, Walker. So it's kind of like what I did in the home league, like a 0.5. But he did get an elite tight end in here. He gets Igbuka in the flex, Diggs in the flex. He's going to have to wait for Rice, which is going to be tough. Good price on Caleb, Burden, Benson, Ollie Gordon. Way to just hammer out running backs after this. We'll see what he can scrounge together for RB2. Strange, Lawrence, Purdy. Thanks for what you do. Let the season begin. Hell yeah, dude. Thank you. All right, I'll make this last pick, and then we'll go around and kind of talk through. I don't know if I'm really going to shit on anybody's team. But we'll go 4, 3, 2, 1 here. Actually, no. We'll go in order. Justin Herbert goes. All right, I got to look alive. I haven't really been focusing on queuing up my next pick. Wow, there is no running backs available. I guess I probably lean Miles Sanders. You got Kendre Miller here if we want him. Yeah, give me Miles Sanders. I keep taking Miles Sanders. Actually, no, we'll go Kendre. Fuck it. Yeah, we'll go Kendre. Why not? What are these rankings, dude? Like, why do I have to sift through, like, Alex Barnes and Shane Weeman and Zach Olstad to get to Kendre Miller, dude? Sleeper, dude, I'll put it out. I'll say with my chest, dude, Sleeper sucks, dude. Sleeper has fallen off bad. There is no reason in September 3rd that your redraft, like, ESPN's preloaded draft rankings are better than this. I mean, that's just insane. There's no need for any of this. Why is Colin Gillespie ahead of Antonio Gibson in your redraft rankings? Like, these are, like, this is just the preset. It's got to be better than this. Like, Yahoo and ESPN are doing better than this. And Sleeper used to be the best in the business. I'll say that with my whole chest. I don't care. ESPN stepped it up this year too, dude. They now have like the draft board. Their preset rankings are better than they have ever been. All right. Let's see. Here are the teams. 101 with Chase, Lamar, Henderson, Connor. Got the Lamar to Mark Andrews stack. Chase, Waddle, Addison, Higgins, Rashid Shaheed in the flex. It's tough, dude. When you get sick tight end, good quarterback, flex is hurting there, but like everybody's flex is honestly hurting. My team I feel decent about. Like I'm happy to have Gibbs, McConkey, Egbuka, Sutton, Judy, Keon Coleman, and Reed on the bench. Like my receivers suck, to be honest, but that's just kind of the nature of this league. But we have Gibbs, we have Swift, we have elite quarterbacks. So that's at least going to give us a really high floor in season. Kraft to feel fine about. I'd say it's a fine team. It's a well constructed team. We'll see how things go. If like Allen's the QB1 and Gibbs is the RB1, then I am going to be in a nice spot. That looks fine to me as well. This is a solid team. This guy goes Saquon, Bowers, Kyron. 704 Cup, huh? 3 quarterbacks on this team. All right, I'm out on Poker Shark. But I don't know. I never really like to shit on teams, but these are tough. Like if you can only 3 receivers through round 9, I mean you're hoping for a run out like last year. We'll see. I think Laporta and Ingram is tough too. Jefferson double up on running backs, solid. That's not bad at all. We do have Banks going 0 RB here. I probably would have wanted one more wide receiver, but it's also not a terrible idea to just be like, I think I would have went receiver over Pollard, but I also don't hate what he did. If you weren't going to get an elite tight end and an elite quarterback, I think making running back not completely punted off isn't a bad idea either. So this is actually a fine team. I probably just wouldn't have gone 3 tight ends. This team is fun too. On the end, I'd say in terms of the teams I like the most would be me, of course. Dean the Machine has a solid squad. I don't mind this team from Too Much Us. Kid Prosper is okay. Teledegas is okay. Actually, Teledegas is nice. Brian Thomas, Bucky, Hurts. It's not bad. We'll see if you can survive the Rashee Rice thing. That'll be the interesting thing to track with these. It is 6 of 12 make the playoffs, so I don't mind this team either. But it's also not fantastic. No, I'm actually kind of out on this team now. So yeah, some solid teams, but these rooms are bloodbaths, man. I have Egbuka and Hunter ranked back to back. I've just been breaking the tie to Egbuka recently. Bish Fish. See, I don't like this one. This is going 0 RB, but then not committing to it. So then you end up with a kind of a weird team. So not a big fan here. Stump's name I recognize. This is a fine team. This is my brother's team. I actually kind of like this team. Burden off the bench. Rice on the bench. Kind of a 0 RB style team. This is a good hero RB squad. But it's tough. Like his wide receivers off the bench are Reed and Higgins, which isn't terrible. This actually looks I'll pick out like the team. I'll pick out like the top 2 or 3 teams I like from every pod. This one's not bad. A Pasco. I think if I had to pick one that's my favorite in this pod, it'd probably be Gus. That's where I lean for now. Gus. Honestly, my brother Ryan. I hate to say that. I'll shout out A Pasco as well. I don't hate what Team Keem did here either. I don't love, like, Henry 110, but if you switch, I don't know. But if you're going to start 3 running backs like this is how you do it. So that's actually done pretty well. All right, let's get to League 3. What do you guys think? This guy from the 1 spot, this is actually sweet. This is a great team from the 1 spot. Chase, Jacobs, JT, Marv, Xavier Worthy, stacked to Mahomes, Judy, Pittman off the bench, Ingram. This is great. I like this team a lot. I don't mind this team. I think I still like 101 the best. Bills Mafia Don, he's been in chat. McCaffrey, Bucky, you go Hurts to Devontae. I don't love it. I think going Rashi on this team was a ballsy move. Like I think Rashi can really only make sense in this league if you go 0 RB. Because now you are flexing. You're flexing Caleb Johnson, Luther Burden, Jade. Like the flex is looking really rough here. McCaffrey, Bucky, Hurts, Adams, Devontae, Warren. And then your 2 flex spots are coming from here. Maybe you make it work. Maybe. When Rice comes back, it'll be a scary team, though. I'll give you that. This is, I guess, kind of like a 0 RB-ish style team. Neighbors, London, Daniels, Kamara, Odunze, Pacheco. I don't mind this. That's a strong team. I probably wouldn't have gone Love, but that's a fun take on 0 RB. And then Cahill goes, this is extreme 0 RB. This is actually a very well done 0 RB. Of Amon-Ra St. Brown, Brian Thomas, JSN, Burrow. Unstacked Burrows. Interesting. But I think this JSN pick had to be Kittle, and you come back around and take your receiver of your choice. That's my only holdup. But for a pure 0 RB, this is about as good as it gets. I probably don't take Ward here. I don't know who this Davis guy is. I assume you're just going to drop him for a running back, but oh, this is a strong team. This is a great, just nice hero RB team. I think 3 quarterbacks probably ain't the move, but I think my favorite teams here are Kevin. I like Pyramid. I like Cahill. I like AT Money. Y8 is where I'm at. Pat Farm, what's your team? You were saying. All right, here's the last league. We got Josh Allen's wife, Achan, Neighbors, Kittle, Kyron. That's not a bad team. Not a bad team. Oh, Pat Farm, there you are. So you take Rice, but I think you're actually built to withstand it, especially punting off quarterback and tight end like you did. This is actually a very strong team. This is a good team, I'll give you that. Because I think like ETN is a guy you can literally flex. Eckler's a guy you can flex as well. So now you have, Flowers, Kobe, ETN, Eckler as flex pieces. You have it built so you can wait for Rice. When late quarterback and tight end, that's a good team. That's probably my favorite in this room so far. Not a bad hero. This is a fine hero RB team. I like this one as well for Michael Jacob. This one's actually not bad. Henry 108. Henry's crazy, but full PPR like this. But Brian Thomas, Jaden Daniels, Brees, Harvey, and then you still get like fine receivers to your flex. Rashid off the bench, Mark Andrews. This is a fine team. Some of you guys are weird with the allocation. Like if you take Daniels, you don't need a backup quarterback, and you definitely don't need 3 tight ends. But I suppose there is a lot of bench spots. Some people, I think, maybe just don't know what to do with them. This team's not bad either. It's not bad. Ray Gill, I think that's a really strong team from Ray Gill. We already looked at this. Squamman, not bad. Not bad. Kind of a 0 RB style. Krosky Merritt, Ayuk on this team. Thornton, Hollywood Brown. Not bad. Not bad. Double hero up top. T. Higgins to Burrow. That's fun. Hunter, Warren. I probably wouldn't take 2 tight ends in the top 8 rounds like this. Not bad. This one's not bad. 703 Baker feels crazy. 810 Godwin, not a fan. I'll say in this room, my favorites are definitely, I like Josh Allen's wife. Pause, but also not pause. She's happy and healthy looking. We'll go Pat Farm as well. I like Michael Jacob. And I like Ray Gill. I think those are my... And I'll give Squamman a shout. All right, I think we thoroughly did everything. Is anyone else in the chat that wants me to look at their team? I feel like I looked through everybody's team. Again, I don't like shitting on people's teams because, one, I don't know, nobody knows anything. What, is happy and healthy looking a crazy thing to say? Is she not happy and healthy? I mean, let me know where the lie is. Have I ever done an auction league before? I have not, but everybody in my chat loves to tell me to do that. Damn, this would have been fun, dude. It's one of my favorite leagues we do because this is like, so the format. I can show you guys. Here's the setup here. These are the rules. So essentially, in your individual 12-person league, first place is going to get $400. Second place gets $200. Just the normal way. You know, top 6 teams make the playoffs. First and second get a bye week, all of that good stuff. But the fun part is like, let's say you lose by like 1 point in the first round. You're still eligible for the overall prizes where it takes your weeks 1 through 14 average, your week 15 score, your week 16 score, your week 17 score, puts them all together. So that's 4 different scores combined to then get you this payout structure. So you can finish like second in your own league, but then finish first in the overall contest and win $1,200 despite not even winning your own league. Like there's a lot of different things that can happen. You can, finish third, but then win the overall prize for $1,000. So you can like win first and then still win third here and end up with 600. So there's a lot of different ways to win. You could again like lose in your own league and still win. So it's to me really fun where $100 per person. Really cool setup. But we set it up. It was a bit of a task to get all 48 people in these leagues paid up, ready to go. But we do it every year. This is our Ray Gill has won it before. I'm trying to think through. So I think that was 22. I think that this is our 4th year doing this. I think this is our 4th year doing the BSMT Invitational. Really cool to look back on. So very excited. How do waivers work with that? It's actually a good question, EG3. I think that they're still open. I think essentially what it is that if you're not in the playoffs anymore, you cannot use waivers. But that's a good question. But yeah, like there'll be certain checkpoints where I update the overall stuff. It's tough to find time to do it in the season, but I'll definitely update things when I can. But appreciate everybody watching. If you want to be in cool stuff like this, like I have dynasty leagues like this, I have redraft leagues like this. You can find them over on the Patreon, patreon.com/Ron Stewart, along with my rankings if you have any last-minute drafts, along with my weekly rankings, rest of season rankings, waiver wire article every week, all that good stuff, patreon.com/Ron Stewart. But how do I get in on it? I put a post out every year on the Patreon. You just have to fill out the Google form. And then once you fill out the Google form, I do a lottery based on your lifetime spend, which I think is the most fair way, where if you have been loyal and supported for a very long time, you get a higher chance of being in the league. So all these guys, about over 200 names, I pulled like 44 of them. because me, my brother, and also if you win the overall, if you win the invitational, you have a automatic bid back anytime you want. And yeah, so appreciate you guys watching. This should be very fun. I never do well in these. All these guys have my rankings, but there we are. As always, look out for I'll have a wide receiver video Thursday or Friday, something like that, and then probably a stream on Sunday. So, as always, I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next one.